Slide 1 Introduction. Hello! It is 2026 January 24th, Friday. It's me, your favorite Nino-ani, back again in the booth. Today we are diving into a trending article from the archives. The coffee is hot, the mic is on, and I am ready to transcribe. Okay, let's see what we have here. This one looks heavy but fascinating. It's about reading minds. Let's get into the transcription mode. Slide 2 Paper details. The title is Neural Tracking of Sustained Attention, Attention Switching, and Natural Conversation in Audiovisual Environments using Mobile EEG. The core was half. Slide 3 The Cocktail Problem. Alright, let's break this down. Imagine you're at a crowded party. There are people talking everywhere. There's music playing. And you're trying to listen to just one person telling you a story. It's hard, right? This is what scientists call the cocktail problem. Now, for a long time, researchers have been trying to figure out how our brains do this. How do we filter out the noise and focus on just one voice? And more importantly, can we build a machine that knows who you're listening to just by looking at your brain once? Slide 4 Limitation of past research. The problem with past research, according to this paper, was that it was too fake. They would put people in a quiet lab, make them listen to a single person, talking without moving, and use these big, clunky EEG caps with wires everywhere. But that's not real life. Real life is messy. Real life involves looking at people's faces, switching your attention from one friend to another, dealing with overlapping conversation. Slide 5 The new approach. So, these researchers from Sweden and Denmark decided to level up the game. They gathered 24 participants and used Mobile EEG. This isn't just a big cat. They'll also use these cool electrode grids that go around your ear called the grid. It looks a bit like a hearing aid or a fancy sticker behind your ear. Much more comfortable and portable. Slide 6 The experiment scenarios. They set up 3 different scenarios to test this. Scenario 1 Sustained attention. You watch 2 people on screens, but you have to focus on just one of them for a long time. Scenario 2 Attention switching. This is where it gets tricky. You start listening to person, and then a visual cue tells you to switch your focus to person B, and then back again. This mimics how we naturally bounce between speakers in a group. Scenario 3 Natural conversation. This is the holy grail. They put a podcast of 2 people having a real unscripted conversation, interrupting each other, laughing. The whole works. And there was also a third distracted person talking on the side. The participants had to follow the conversation or ignore it. Slide 7 Results True of peaks. So what did they find? This is the cool part. They found that even with these mobile lightweight EEG systems, and even in these messy realistic situations, they could still track who the person was listening to. They looked at something called the temporal response function, or TREF. Basically, it's a way of checking how much your brainwaves sync up with the sound of the speech. They found a specific spike in brain activity, called the T peak, but was much stronger for the person you are listening to compared to the person you are ignoring. Slide 8 Dynamic switching. Even when people had to switch attention suddenly, the computer model could keep up. It didn't crash or get confused. It realized, oh, they are listening to the other guy now. This is huge because it proves that we don't need perfect lab conditions to read attention. We can do it in dynamic, audiovisual environments where people are looking at faces and dealing with noise. Slide line application. Now, why does this matter to you and me? What are the applications for everyday life? Let me give you 3 examples. First, think about hearing aids. Right now, hearing aids make everything louder, including the background noise. Imagine a smart hearing aid that uses these little EEG stickers. It reads your brainwaves, figures out that you are trying to listen to the loud wedding, and automatically suppresses the loud music and the other chatter, amplifying only her voice. That is the dream of this technology. Slide 10 Application 2. Second, let's talk about gaming and VR. Imagine playing a role-playing game with a man to react to your attention. If you are at a crowded tavern in the game, and you focus your attention on a specific character's voice, the game audio could dynamic shift to make that character clearer, just like your brain does in real life. Or, the game could trigger events based on who you are paying attention to without you pressing a button. Slide 11 Application 3. Third, consider safety and monitoring. Think about air traffic controllers or pilots. They have multiple audio streams coming in at once. A system like this could monitor their brain activity to ensure they're actually processing critical warnings and not getting distracted by less important chatter. If the system detects that their attention has drifted away from the emergency channel, it could flash a visual warning to snap them back. Slide 12 Joke Break. Speaking of snapping back, did you hear about the Scarecrow who won an award? He was outstanding in his field. Yeah, I know. The silence is deafening. Moving on. Slide 13 Limitations. One interesting thing they found was that the limb stick goes behind the ear. That's cEEGrid. We quite as good as the full head cap yet. They worked, but the signal was weaker. So relatively, the catchy totally. They also noticed that listening to a conversation requires more brain power than just listening to one person. The brain patterns looked stretched out, suggesting that your brain is working harder to process the back and flow. Slide 14 Conclusion. So to wrap it up, this paper is a big step forward. It moves us from lab-rat experiments to real-world scenarios. It shows that we can track attention even when people are switching focus and watching videos, not just listening to audio. Brings us closer to a future where our devices... That's it for today's transcription. Science is wild, isn't it? See you next time.